WRS-FM, your host, Cyber Sly, coming here to you on the mic. We have crooks on our sites. We have more devious schemes out there to share with you. Co-host Alex Midas welcomes you. Once again, we have terrifying stories that will rattle your hearts and induce your blood pressure to rise to record levels. These scumbags are conspiring to swindle seniors! Alex, let's not startle our viewers. I think they should be startled. You think? Cyber Sly is a defense mechanism. The best defense mechanism is being aware of the scams out there. Knowledge outweighs anger. Baloney! Stay tuned so you can be safe from these scams. No! Be safe and be angry!
The following program is inspired by real incidents. This is not a news broadcast.
Everyday scammers are preying on senior citizens. But we have a story of this grandmother who didn't fall for that deception. This is how the story of how this elderly can fight back. It makes me proud. You will be as well.
Chicago, Illinois. A big city with its skyline dotted with skyscrapers in all directions. It is also a place where a wise grandmother was almost conned into losing $500.
A person we will call Susan was in the midst of recovery after sustaining a bad fall. Around this time, money was tight. Her car didn't work well, and she couldn't afford to have it repaired. One day, while she was on her computer, she saw an email from Christians Against Poverty, an organization that offered her $25,000 in grant money.
At first, I was excited about the prospects of receiving grant money. I didn't have to pay it back. I needed assistance to paying some bills and getting my car fixed. So I filled out the darn application.
But there was a catch. In order to have the cash shipped to her, Susan was required to pay $500 in U.S. shipping fees. The sender of this unsolicited email also told her she could render payment in bitcoins or a gift card.
But I knew it was a scam. There was red flags all over the place.
But this scandal wasn't about to let up. He pleaded with Susan to send the money. Lady, will you stop? This is not a scam. Christians Against Poverty has a good record of helping old and sick people like you. On your application, you indicate you have lots of bills. If you don't take advantage of this offer right now, we will have to choose another recipient. Sir, you don't know what you're talking about. I know you're a fake. I
I'm gonna contact Christians Against Poverty at their official phone number and tell them about you. Lady, you're making a huge mistake. Hello? Hello? How dare she hang up on me? This is not a good day to be a scammer.
Susan did just that. Christians Against Poverty confirmed her suspicions. It wasn't them that reached out to her. It was a con artist. The only mistake she made was filling out the phony application in the first place.
That imbecile. It's a good thing I didn't give that crook $500 of my money. Bills are tight, and I could have been worse off than I am now. I don't want people to fall for this con. I reached out to news stations in my area everywhere. I want all the people to know these swindlers are preying on people in my age group, and it needs to stop right now.
Alex, I like stories like that one. Susan was besieged by a scammer, but she caught on to it. She never relented. Scammers have a way of repeating their diabolic methods. Somewhere out there, someone has or will lose $500 from this gigolo! Gigolo? What makes you think this guy's a gigolo? Cyrus Sly, don't be foolish. Any man who dislikes honest work and prey on the finances of women is a gigolo. When I was rich with my ice cream corporation, my daughter dated many gigolos. They were headaches I sustained through my wealth. It was just these shameful men who were sly and conniving. Sly? You just had to throw my name into it? Cyrus Sly, don't take it out on me. You chose a nickname that is not favorable. My name is my brand. It is economically feasible. Sly is not necessarily a terrible thing. Being slyly or acting in a manner can have a positive impact. Please resign yourself into accepting the truth. The word sly is a word of despair. Not in sports. I can be a sly basketball player or a sly golfer. In such cases, it means I have excellent technique. Preposterous. Any soon-to-be mothers out there, hear me out. It is advisable to ensure the name Sly does not make the list of potential names for your child. If you dare consider it, I hope the grandparents get involved and talk some sense into you. I'm sure Alex's silly opinion on the air will not warrant any concerns over my cool name. Our next story involves a clerk who did the right thing in preventing an elderly man from being scammed. Without the help of the police as well, this man may have lost thousands of dollars.
A place called Kewaskum, Wisconsin. It was just after the 4th of July holiday weekend.
A person we will call Smitty entered his grocer's market. He was anxious and very shaken. Sir, are you okay?
No, I am not. I need to buy a lot of gift cards. This is an emergency.
Right away, the clerk suspected Smitty was in some type of trouble. Perhaps he was taken in by a scam. I'll be right with you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Right away, the clerk suspected Smitty was in some type of trouble. Perhaps he was taken in by a scam. The clerk wasted no time in contacting the police.
Officer, a representative from PayPal told me my account was hacked. The hacker spent all of my credit and some more. I was ordered by the company to pay back the $6,000 with a gift card.
The officer determined the call was from a suspicious number.
Well, it's him. He's calling me back.
Can I talk to him?
Sure.
Hello, this is Officer Day of the police department. Is this Brian from PayPal?
Yes.
Sir, do you really work for PayPal?
I don't want to talk to you. Sir Officer Day informed Smitty he suspected Brian of posing as a PayPal operator. He advised Smitty to reach out to his bank to have an alert placed on his account for a precaution.
I'm glad the store clerk contacted the police department. I would have lost $6,000 to a scammer. Times are hard, and my funds are low. I really can't afford to lose money like that. We have to be careful out there.
As you can see, con artists use a sense of urgency to trick victims. They put a lot of thought into devising schemes to scare you into rendering money under false pretenses.
Yes, and imposters lurk the earth, seeking to besmirch the credit of outstanding citizens. I will never be satisfied until every scammer is caught and incarcerated for eternity.
Well, okay. Our next story is about one who was captured.
Finally! I am stepping out to make some microwave popcorn. I don't want to miss this segment. Please pause the video until I return.
Seriously? We are not going to delay this program on account of Alex. When he experienced the shame of missing it, he can blame himself.
Sorry, Sly, I heard that. Don't you dare start the footage without me.
Roll.
Nashville, Tennessee, a center of attraction known as Music City.
Two visitors from Miami had their own music they were stirring up. Mitch, a 42-year-old unemployed carpenter, teamed up with his buddy Dennis, 28 years old, to steal thousands from seniors across the state.
Hello, is this Grandpa Charlie? I wonder which one of my grandsons this can be. Is this Charlie the Third? Well, yes, it's me. I'm in jail. I need you to talk to my attorney. What? Why are you in jail? Charlie, this is attorney Jerry Law. I'll cut to the chase. Your grandson was involved in an auto accident out of state. What? Unfortunately, it resulted in the death of another person. He has been charged and is now sitting in jail. Is this a joke? No joke, old man. The judge issued a gag order. I'm not even supposed to be talking to you about this. Anyway, here's the deal. Your grandson has outstanding costs, fees, and fines totaling $7,000. If you pay it, I can get him out of jail within the next hour. Oh no! $7,000! How can I go about paying this? Well, we have to get around this gag order business, right? Charlie, is that you? Oh, sorry. Here's the phone. Here's the phone for the lawyer. Yes, all you have to do is get the cash, and I'll explain how you can package it up. Afterwards, I'll send a courier to your home to pick up the money. Why can't you pick up the money? Listen, poker face. I am dealing with your grandson here and distraught. You just worry about the cash, and I will deal with how this transaction will be handled. I'll call you back in 30 minutes. That should give you enough time to get the funds.
This strain was too nerve-wracking for Charlie. Without giving it much thought, he hurried to the bank to withdraw the funds.
Later, the swindlers received the money without breaking a sweat.
It didn't take long for these creeps to waste the $7,000 on lavish spending in nightclubs, restaurants, bars, and women. It didn't take the scammers long to go through the money. Then the men was back to concocting a new scheme with Charlie. Charlie, calm down. I am just a messenger. The court made a mistake with the balance. The shame of it! How much money do I have to pay to get my grandson out of jail? $2,000, and he will be free like a bird. Like before, I'll send a courier to your house to pick up the money. Are you laughing? No, there's something on the TV here. It's really funny. Sorry, I'm back to business. Get the money ready, okay? Thank you. Bye. Hello? Rose, this is your Uncle Charlie. This time, Charles contacted a relative to express his frustration. The relatives sensed it was a scam and notified the police.
It was determined the courier carrying the money had nothing to do with the plot. Undercover officers followed the vehicle in hope of it leading them to the bandits. Law enforcement trailed the package to a mall parking lot where Mitch was waiting.
When Mitch saw the unmarked police car behind the courier, he panicked and took off running. An officer was on his trail like a stinging bee. It didn't take long before this con artist was apprehended. The $2,000 was accounted for and returned to Charles. Across town, the other scammer heard about the arrest on a police scanner. He quickly gathered his belongings and left for the airport. It took the cops some time to convince Mitch to give up the name of his accomplice.
By that time, the other scammer was already on a plane back to Fort Lauderdale, but he didn't get far.
At the airport, Dennis was shocked to find a police officer there to greet him. He was turned over to the custody of the FBI and returned to Tennessee. Mitch and Dennis each faced charges of $10,000 and financial exploitation of an elderly person. These scammers will be extending their stay in Tennessee for some time, courtesy of the Department of Corrections.
I can't believe how greed can get a hold of people like this. It's embarrassing. My grandson was never in any trouble. Those two bandits came here thinking they could make some money by exploiting seniors. In the long run, it earned them some jail cells. Never again will I fall for that scam.
Later, the Nashville authorities learned from other law enforcement agencies. Across the state, Mitch and Dennis have been swindling seniors throughout the whole country.
That is agonizing. I hope they face additional charges and sentenced to life imprisonment. Perhaps they are one responsible for hacking my former ice cream business and destroying it.
Your business fell apart 20 years ago. You mean to tell me that a senior citizen you were at that time?
Very funny.
20 years ago, Dennis was 8 years old. You think an 8-year-old kid was smart enough to breach our financial accounts?
On to another topic, Cyber Sly. I'm done here.
And so are we. We hope you found our content useful. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, my friends, stay safe and stay secure. Bye.
Bye.
If you suspect you are a fraud victim, contact the Federal Trade Commission at www.reportfraud.ftc.gov or call 877-382-4357.